Today, the first ever Formula One Game World Cup opens up in Canada. I am Chris, otherwise known as CFRacing, and I will be your host and commentator for the entire event. Like I mentioned, we are here and live for round one of the World Cup, and we are in qualifying right now at Canada, and we are on board with Lando Norris as he's currently in 13th position right now, looking to put in a good lap, and I believe he's getting held up by one of the Dutch drivers. I think that is Sergio Perez. It's hard to tell with the helmets right now. I believe it is, and he got past him, but he's in 14th right now. How far will this time put him up on the board? That puts him up into P10. Not very impressive for the great British driver right there. Here is Fernando Alonso currently in first position with 10 seconds left in the session. He is in first. Can he improve on his time? It looks like he does, but there are still a couple of cars coming down now. We got Verstappen in P2. Will it be enough to put him on pole? And it is. Max Verstappen qualifies on pole for the Canadian Grand Prix.
The stage is set and the curtain is rising for another Formula One Grand Prix. We're expecting close fights up and down the field today, so hold on tight, we're moments away from lights out. With top speeds of around 210 miles per hour heading into the overtaking opportunity of turn 13, the 2.7 miles of the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve are some of the quickest on the Formula One calendar. There are 14 corners in total, with 60% of the lap taken at full throttle, and average lap speeds clock in at about 130 miles per hour. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn one. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are three main things to worry about there, Crofty: positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
Now guys, let's run you through the starting grid for round one of the World Cup in Canada. And starting on pole is Max Verstappen with Lando Norris in P2 for Great Britain. Great laps for both of those drivers right there. In P3 is Charles Leclerc for Italy and George Russell, and P5 and 6 is Daniel Ricciardo and Fernando Alonso. P7 and 8 is Gasly and Bottas. 9 and 10 is Perez and Sainz. 11 and 12 is Vettel and Hamilton. 13, 14, Russell, Ocon. 15, 16th, Tsunoda and Mick Schumacher. 17th, 18th is Zhou Guanyu and Lance Stroll, the home favorite. 19th is Piastri. 20th is Latifi. 21 is Liam Lawson, and starting in last is Kevin Magnussen. Now we got the 5 red lights coming on for the Canadian portion of the World Cup, and his lights out and away we go. Verstappen gets a great start, but so does Charles Leclerc. He goes down the inside, overtaking Verstappen and Perez at the same time. They're side by side into turn 2 right now. Who's going to go out in front? We got Leclerc, Verstappen, Norris, and Ricciardo side by side. This is an insane start to the World Cup so far. It looks like Charles Leclerc for Team Italy has gotten out in front of Verstappen. He had a beautiful start, passing Lando Norris and Max Verstappen there. Unbelievable. I believe Lando Norris is now in the third with Ricciardo in fourth. Great job for them. We got Russell fifth. I believe that is Alonso sixth. We got both Swiss drivers. I believe that is Zhou and Bottas. No, that is Vettel and Bottas right there. Great driving for all of them to get a pretty good and clean start. No incidents so far, which is something you absolutely love to see. And look how beautiful all of these liveries look. They all look fantastic. And I got to give credit to the mod creator right now, Jamie and Scotty. Both the guys did absolutely wonderful job with these liveries. And oh my god, Kevin Magnussen just ran into the back. I believe that was of Lance Stroll. Here's an onboard replay right now, and he just runs straight into the back of Lance Stroll as he tries to make like a 6-car overtake going into the hairpin in turn 1. That is a terrible move right there, but here's the restart, or here's the start of the race. Look at the traction that Leclerc got off the inside part of the grid as he goes right past Norris and he just sends it down the inside of Verstappen there. unbelievable start from Leclerc, and looks like a good start of the World Cup so far to Italy. Hopefully they can hold this, because if they can do that, then they could end up winning this entire thing. Here's Max Verstappen start of the race. He went a little bit of the right-hand side of the grid to, I believe, block Lando Norris. I don't think he realized that Leclerc was going to absolutely send a monster dive bomb. It looks like there was a little bit of contact on the front left, I believe, of Verstappen, and maybe the right rear of Leclerc. But I don't think it's going to amount to anything. But still, great restart right now. We still have Leclerc and Verstappen leading this race. I don't know why there was a yellow flag right there. I don't see anything, but they're still 1-2 right now. And I believe there was a safety car after this. This is just after the safety car restart, because Kevin Magnussen caused the safety car as he's out of the race. I believe, look at that. That's Ricciardo in P4 right there. He had a pretty good start of the race as well. Now we're on board with George Russell as he's trying to hunt down Daniel Ricciardo and get a good position for Germany. We're on board with Alonso right now. He's doing a very good job for Team France. And I mean, you know, Quebec, French-speaking country, France. Maybe there's a few French fans here. Vettel in the beautiful Canadian livery as he's representing not his home country, but the team's home country right now, which is very nice. We got Bottas in the Swiss car over here. He's doing a pretty good job. Look at that beautiful helmet cam as well. That is absolutely fantastic. Now we're on to lap 7 here. Looks like Vettel is trying to make a move on Fernando Alonso as, Alonso just defended the inside there. That could have been very dangerous if Seb tried to make an overtake. But we're on board with Seb right now. Looks like he's got DRS. He's got overtake mode. He's going around the inside, going into turn 1 right now, and he makes the move stick on Fernando Alonso in the French team. Great job there. And if you guys didn't know, the Canadian livery in this World Cup is actually inspired by the 2022 Olympic speed skating uniforms, which is pretty cool. And we got Verstappen now in the DRS and slipstream of Charles Leclerc. He's going for the lead of the race. No, he comes into the pits. Okay, look at that beautiful livery. It is so nice to look at. Verstappen, I believe, is the first driver to come into the pits now onto lap 13. I think he might be 2 or 3 stopping. Canada has very high tire wear, and I've heard teams that they were thinking of 3 stopping, but most of them believe that the 2 stop is the fastest strategy so far. And right now, from the looks of it, looks like Verstappen's 2 stopping, or 3 stopping, sorry, especially because he's back onto soft tires, and looks like he's going to be stuck way at the back of the grid behind. I believe that it's Nicholas Latifi in the Thai car. So this could hold him up quite a bit, and Latifi's even defending. Now in the lap 14, I believe Leclerc has gotten the message to box this lap. We got Norris behind him, just picking up a little bit of DRS, which is something you absolutely love to see. And who will come out in front? Will it be Verstappen? Will it be Norris? Will it be Leclerc? Well, it'll all come down to these pit stops right here. We'll see what's going to happen. We're going to ride on board with Leclerc and Norris here, see if they get some good pit stops, because they really need it. Don't know if Verstappen has cleared the rest of the Thai and Australia crowd there, but great stop for Norris, great stop for Leclerc. Leclerc stays out in front, so I saw nothing wrong with those pit stops. Maybe Norris gained just a little bit, but not really too much, and we'll see if they got ahead of Verstappen. There's Verstappen on the inside of your screen right there. Let's see who gets out in front, and it is going to be Leclerc. He overcut him, and Norris overcut Verstappen by a couple of spots. Leclerc's trying to get ahead of the Swiss driver, who I believe that is Zhou Guanyu, and Norris is trying to get ahead of Lance Stroll right now in the Canadian car. And Verstappen did get out ahead. I believe he got out ahead of Latifi, or that was Albon. But now he's stuck behind Liam Lawson over here as he tries to go down the inside. He gets a great exit with those new soft tires. He's got DRS. He's got overtake mode. He's got the slipstream. There is battles all over the track right now. Leclerc looks like he has passed the Swiss car. Norris looks like he's going around Lance Stroll, and now Max Verstappen is making a move on Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll and Verstappen, wow, this is great battling right here. This is like old 20 or F3 challenge right here between these two. We don't really see them battle all that much in F1, but Verstappen goes around the outside of Lando Norris there. Brilliant move by him. Lando Norris is trying to make a move on Zhou Guanyu right now as he got some great straight line speed there. Can he make the move stick? This could be risky, and he does, and he's going to think better of it. Maybe make the move going into turn 1, which I would say is a much safer move than the Wall of Champions right there. And Norris, just gets defended just slightly by Zhou Guanyu. Great racing for the Swiss and Chinese driver, but driving for the Swiss team right now. Looks like Leclerc is behind. I believe this is Mick Schumacher. Yeah, it has to be because Magnussen's out of the race, but he's getting held up just so slightly by by the German driver driving for the American team. But Leclerc, ooh, he's going to be dabbing around the outside here. Can he make the move stick? Looks like he will be able to. Brilliant job for him there. And is that Fernando Alonso ahead? I'm not even too sure. Is that Fernando Alonso? But it could be Esteban Ocon racing for the French team. Here goes Charles Leclerc. He's got DRS, overtake, and slipstream. Can he make the move stick? No. Oh, very, very late move there for the French drivers. He comes into the pits. That looks like it lost Charles Leclerc a whole bunch of time. Now Esteban Ocon, I believe, is in the pits. Lando Norris is now chasing down Leclerc, who's built up quite a decent gap right now. He's definitely not in DRS right now. Verstappen on lap 18 is still chasing down Lando Norris. Don't know if he can make a move stick, because that Great Britain car looks like it's got some great straight line speed. Granted, all the cars are equal, but still, I mean, it's all up to the driver, and we all know some of these drivers, Leclerc, Norris, Verstappen, are definitely some of the best drivers in the world right now, especially in the 2022 F1 standings. We got Leclerc and Verstappen battling for a title, as their cars are absolutely phenomenal so far. Verstappen looks like he's going to have DRS on Norris. I don't think he is close enough to make an overtake, but he certainly can get close. Maybe he'll make the move going into turn 1. Hopefully he can get a good exit out of the wall of champions here, as Lando Norris gets a little bit squirrely on the rear there. So is that going to open up an opportunity for Verstappen? Looks like it is, as he's going down the inside of Lando Norris heading into turn 1, and he makes the move stick quite easily, I would have to say. And now he's going to be chasing down Charles Leclerc. Now on to lap 24, Charles Leclerc is still leading the Grand Prix here, but it looks like Max Verstappen has closed the gap quite significantly, and he's going to be chasing down Leclerc. I believe this is one of, or if not the closest he has been in recent laps, as he's probably going to get DRS by the end of this lap. He's sort of in clean air. He's only right behind Charles, so we'll see what happens. There's still plenty racing laps left in this Grand Prix. Literally over half the Grand Prix. Look at Seb. We got Fernando over here. There's some great drivers in some beautiful looking cars. We got Bottas. We got Fernando Alonso, Daniel Ricciardo, Liam Lawson, actually. Oscar Piastri's running great. Zhou Guangyu's doing fantastic. Lance Stroll. Nicholas Latifi's almost on the points. We got Albon behind Latifi. Gasly's running pretty good. Sainz having a pretty sad race. Mick Schumacher's doing all right. Perez doing okay. Lewis Hamilton's doing all right. We got Daisuke Tsunoda. But now on lap 26, we're on board with Fernando Alonso, and I believe this is his second stop already. He is the first driver already making his second pit stop, so hopefully they give him a good stop here. Looks like he's definitely going to be trying a 3-stop strategy. Yes, I believe he will be, because mediums cannot make it to the end of the race now. He would definitely need to put on hards and really save those tires to go to the end. On to lap 28, Max Verstappen is in the DRS range of Charles Leclerc. I believe he has the notification to pit on this lap, so it doesn't look like he's going to be making a move, but he's going to definitely get as close as possible to Leclerc. As Leclerc stays out, Norris stays out, Verstappen is coming in. I think it would have been smart if they actually all box at the same time, but Verstappen's definitely going to try and get the undercut, and we know last time the overcut did work for Leclerc and Norris, so maybe they're hoping that's going to work again. But right now, Verstappen is going to have to put quite of a monster outlap right now to get out ahead of Norris and Shaw right now. We'll see what happens. If he's in clean air, I think he might be able to do it. If he's not in clean air, it could look pretty bad for him. And Verstappen is ahead of Fernando Alonso, so he's going to be getting clean air. Now on to lap 29. Leclerc and Norris are both boxing this lap. This is going to really determine the race right here. Leclerc locks up a little bit going into the pits, by the way. What'll happen? Will Norris get out ahead? Will Leclerc get ahead? Will it be Verstappen? Will it be Alonso? We'll just have to find out. Looks like a pretty solid stop for the Ferraris. A little bit slower on the right front. And oh, looks like Leclerc was held up by that is Valtteri Bottas right there. Leclerc was held up by Bottas. That is so unfortunate. And now we are with Seb. There's Charles Leclerc. Looks like he lost out to Lando Norris. And it's looking like they both lost out to Verstappen and Fernando Alonso. Oh, it looks like boxing one lap later really lost them a lot of time. So great job for Red Bull getting a good pit stop strategy. Terrible for Ferrari, as Leclerc went from a net P1 to a net P4. But now they are catching up to some traffic. So we'll see what will happen. Who will navigate traffic the best? We'll find out soon enough. But Looks like everybody's making one more stop today. I believe there's a few drivers right now trying to go into the end. I believe this is Ocon, Daniel Ricciardo, and Liam Lawson. Looks like they're all doing a two-stop strategy. And look at this. Look at this. They're battling. Oh, and Liam Lawson goes around the outside of both of them, or that's even the inside, might I say. And he takes the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix. I don't think anybody predicted that Liam Lawson would be leading a lap. But look at this great switchback that he had. We had Ocon and Ricciardo battling for the net race lead, basically. And then Liam Lawson just is like, you know what? I'll go down the inside. Amazing move there. And now Liam Lawson is leading the Canadian Grand Prix. I don't know what is it with this guy and leading the first race of a brand new category, but he loves it. He won his first F2 race and he won his first DTM race. And look at this. Ocon and Ricciardo have been battling so much that Lawson has gained a massive lead on lap 43. And Lawson is just pulling away onto lap 44 now. Zhou Guanyu is actually heading into the pits with, I believe that is Sebastian Vettel. Could be Lance Stroll. I don't really see the number on the car. But let's see what Zhou Guanyu has to do. Can he put in a good stop? Yes, he does get a good stop. Very nice there for the Swiss team. Looks like he gained a little bit more time than what Lance Stroll lost. So good job for the Swiss team there. Maybe they'll build up a second gap so the Canadian car won't get DRS, but I'm sure the Canadian crowd would love DRS. Now to lap 46, Liam Lawson is just way ahead. He's got absolutely no competition right now as Ricciardo and Ocon were just battling lap after lap after lap. So look, and Liam Lawson gained a couple second lead, even like 10-13 seconds, which is very impressive. And I believe this is his last stop of the race now. He's going to be going to the end on these medium tires, and all he's got to do is just put it into conserve mode and just go straight to the end. That was Verstappen passing him right now. And he doesn't pass him. Looks like Liam Lawson still gets out ahead, and he's on brand new tires. And Max Verstappen is going to have to box one more time. This is looking like a dream scenario for Australia and Liam Lawson right now. We got Alonso in third, followed by Leclerc in fourth. Lando Norris fifth. Looks like Leclerc got past him. On 49, lap 49, Verstappen is coming in for his last stop. He's going to need a stonking pit stop and a amazing set of tires, determination, and just pure raw speed to even catch Liam Lawson right now. Great stop for Verstappen as he found a nice gap right there. Brilliant job for the Netherlands team. And what's gonna happen? I don't know. Like, will Verstappen get out will he? I don't know. There's a lot of traffic, guys. There is a whole bunch of traffic that Verstappen is gonna have to navigate. So it is looking good for Liam Lawson right now. Here we got a battle between. Ooh, he goes very wide, very wide. I believe that is Nicholas Latifi and George Russell right now. Very, very wide. That could be a penalty. But now we're 3 wide going into turn 1. I believe that is Max Verstappen. Yes, it is, as he goes around Lewis Hamilton. And now Hamilton and Verstappen are battling. I mean, I haven't said that in a while. We got Hamilton and Verstappen battling. I haven't said that since 2021, basically. Especially because Hamilton got lapped by Verstappen last weekend, which is quite impressive. Now we got so many more battles. I believe this is Leclerc and some of the Canadian drivers. I believe that is Lance Stroll. No, that is Sebastian Vettel. There's some great battles all throughout the grid right now as the 2-stoppers and 3-stoppers are really in the mix with each other. It's looking like Norris and Leclerc didn't have a pretty good race, but now on to lap 69. We have a great battle between Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, and Sergio Perez. Both Dutch drivers are trying to catch up to the German team right now to get some very, very important Constructors' Championship points, as Daniel Ricciardo and Lance Stroll are battling for P4 right now. This is huge. Looks like both Ricciardo and Lance Stroll are one of the only few on the 2-strap strategy. It looks like it is not working out for Ricciardo as Max Verstappen and now Lewis Hamilton are going to be getting around him. But Lance Stroll is pulling away just ever so slightly from this grid, from this battle. So it might actually go into Lance Stroll's favor here, and he could finish in 4th in Canada right now. That would be very impressive for him, as Perez and Lewis Hamilton are in a drag race right now. So is Daniel Ricciardo and Verstappen. Looks like Hamilton's deploying all the overtake mode he can right now. Can he make a brilliant switchback and get Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo? It does not look like it. No, I don't think so. But here we go. We're going on to the last lap of the Canadian Grand Prix as Verstappen absolutely sends it down the inside of Daniel Ricciardo for P5. That is only. That is very... When this race started, I did not expect that Liam Lawson would be leading his first ever race in Formula One machinery, and he's absolutely flat out dominating. They say history tends to repeat itself, and today it is. In Liam Lawson's first F2 race, he won in Bahrain. In Liam Lawson's first DTM race, he won. And now, in his first ever taste in Formula One machinery, Liam Lawson is going to come across the line to win in Canada and to take Australia's first ever World Cup win. In P2 right now is Zhou Guanyu, who has driven an absolutely beautiful race and looks like he's going to be taking his first ever even experience on a Formula One podium as he finishes in P2. We got Esteban Ocon P3, Lance Stroll P4, Max Verstappen's going to be P5, Ricciardo P6, Hamilton P7, and Lewis Hamilton and Sergio Perez in P8.
Difficult race. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
A show-stopping performance from the three drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure.
And at the end of round one of the World Cup in Canada, this is what your driver's standings look like. Leading the Grand Prix or World Cup standings in terms of the drivers is Liam Lawson with 25. Zhou Guanyu is in second place with 18, followed by Esteban Ocon in third with 15. Lance Stroll has 12 in fourth, followed by Sergio Perez, Daniel Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, Yuki Tsunoda, and Fernando Alonso wrap out your top 10. In 11th, so close to points, was Nicholas Latifi, followed by Vettel in 12th, Gasly in 13th, and a very terrible end of the race for Leclerc and Norris put them 14th and 15th. Bottas finishes in 16th, followed by Albon in 17th, Schumacher 18th, Sainz in 19th, and the three DNFs of this race were Piastri, George Russell, and Kevin Magnussen. In terms of the World Cup standings, we have Australia currently leading in P1, followed by Switzerland in second place, France in third, Canada in fourth, tied with the Netherlands in fifth, followed by Great Britain, Germany, Japan, and yet to score, we have Thailand, Italy, and the USA. So guys, before I wrap up this video, I want to give a quick shout out to all of those who sent a super thanks in the most recent World Cup video. So I'm going to give a quick thanks to all you guys. So thank you so much, Kyle, for your super thanks. Thank you, Ricey, for your super thanks. Can't wait to watch this whole series. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. E1320, and you said thank you for being awesome and thank you for helping me keep a smile on your face. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Brandino13 says, thank you for the absolutely amazing content. Keep it going, mate. I believe you'll be big soon. I believe in you. Thank you so much, dude. Really appreciate it. BPB I am Lars says, keep up the great work, and I will, my friend, I will. Lapal or Lepal, sorry if I said that wrong, says, you are the best. Keep up the amazing work, and thank you so much. Susie Olive says, this is so sick, and I agree. It is such a fun project that I've taken on, and I'm so happy that I actually can get it out to you guys. Lloyd says, Ketos? I don't know what that means, but thank you. Kyber TS says, this is amazing, and I agree. Once again, huge shout out to the mod creators, Scotty and Jamie. Great job, guys. So guys, that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys do want to be featured as a shout out in the next video, make sure to leave a super thanks in the comment section down below. It's very simple. You don't even have to do it if you don't want to, obviously. But with that being said, guys, I will thank you all once again so much for the support on this series. It has been great. And with that being said, see you guys next time in the USA. Goodbye.